So now we've got a functioning Space Invaders game. Let's add a few finishing touches. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a second screen. So when the game ends, you go to the second screen and it lets you play again. So first thing I'm going to do, now that I've got two screens that I want to keep track of, I'm going to name this first one for the game, and let's add a second one for the end of game. And on this end of game screen, let's add a button for play again. Okay. Next thing we need to do back on the screen game is clean up when the game ends. So let's create a function called endGame, and all we want to do is make sure we get rid of all the leftover sprites that are on our canvas at the end of the game. So we're going to go back to our loops. And let's call that SPRT. And we'll start with the aliens. We're going to remove any aliens that are left over. And same thing with lasers. Let's make a duplicate. And for all of our lasers, let's make sure we get rid of all of those. And then let's make sure we get rid of the weapon. And now we want to move to the end of the game screen. And that's here under control, this navigate to. And we want to navigate to the end of game screen. Now we just need to call this function at the right time. So there's two ways the game ends. One is when we've killed all the aliens. So here, when a laser hits the aliens, we want to know if there are any more aliens left. So what we want is we've got this list of all the aliens, and we want to know if it's empty. So if it's empty, there are no more aliens left on the screen, and we've won the game. So under the lists function, we want to know, is this empty? So we're going to make a decision here, and it's after we've removed these, if there are no more aliens left, we want to call this endGame function. The other time we want to call endGame is if one of the aliens collides with our weapon, because then they've reached the bottom row and the game is over. So if any alien collides with our weapon, we want to call endGame. So let's give that much a try. And there I cleared all the aliens, and it pulled me over to the play again. Okay. So final thing we need to do is back on the end of game screen, make sure that when somebody hits the play again button, we go back to the game screen and play again. So when someone plays, hits the play again button, we navigate back to the screen game. And that's all there is to it. So now let's give that a try. And bang, aliens are cleared. If I hit play again, I get a new game.